to Ryan and Blake's crazy-ass, wild Game of Thrones dragon-breathing imaginations, and they started recording everything, and I'm talking conversations with execs, everything is recorded.
We must pay attention to this issue since Candace Owens has accused Ryan Reynolds of utilizing his wife, Blake Lively, to both take over and destroy Justin Baldwin's career in the It Ends With Us film. Ryan Reynolds was in charge of Baldwin's agency, terminating him and even trying to have him banned from the industry, according to Candace. However, Candace's shocking revelation goes farther than that. The real reason he did this was because Reynolds was worried about his past work with Scarlett Johansson, his ex-wife. Please sit down and allow me to explain if you haven't already, since it's starting to seem like Justin Baldwin is the real victim in this case. The rights to adapt the best-selling novel It Ends With Us into a film were granted to Wayfair Studio by Justin Baldwin after months of negotiations with Sony Studios. The movie's co-financing and distribution, Blake Lively, who was also starring and directing the film, was cast in the lead role of Lily Bloom. The studio never invited Blake Lively to appear in the picture, but it was rumored that one of the reasons she consented to star was because Wayfair Studios promised her an executive producer credit. Not only has she claimed credit and portrayed Lily Bloom, but there have also been claims of a conflict between Blake and Baldoni went viral on social media after fans saw that they had unfollowed each other and seemed to avoid each other throughout the It Ends With Us tour's promotional activities. Blake received a lot of flack for her tone-deaf approach to movie promotion, focusing throughout press appearances on promoting her beauty line rather than addressing the film's important DV problems.
Understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, and they want to really talk to you. What's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this? How would you recommend they go about it?
Asking for my address or my phone number or my location.
Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's feud reached a new level in December 2023 when Blake sued Baldoni, claiming that he had started a smear campaign against her after she had complained about sexual harassment on set. She said he stared at her while she was naked and getting her makeup taken off, then he improvised unwelcome kisses. He allegedly talked about his sexual life, including events he claimed might not have occurred, when she requested him to keep his attention. She had been agreeing when he showed her a naked video of his wife. Megan Tooley, a well-known Me Too reporter, co-wrote an article based on Blake's allegations that included emails and texts taken allegedly by Sapunia. Baldoni and his public relations staff appear to be contemplating a plan to damage Lively's reputation based on the communications. He was worried that she would reveal her issues with his on-set behavior while on the press trip, Lively said. The lawsuit caused significant damage to Baldwin's reputation because his talent agency. In addition to WLA ending his clientele, he also lost the Women's Advocacy Award he had earned for his courageous work advocating for women and girls. There were also reports from other media that he had been dropped from certain upcoming projects. A few days ago, Baldwin filed a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times writer and TOI in response to Blake's complaint. He went so far as to sue Blake Lively, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist for $400 million, saying he was prepared for it, and that he might be fired from the movies he was working on. On the set and in post-production, Lively took over the movie and made up problems to protect her reputation. Baldoni set up a website with evidence that cleared him of the accusations made against him, in addition to suing Blake, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and their public relations department. The entire entertainment industry is keeping a careful eye on Candace Owens, who is involved in this legal fight.
Interview actually this morning, it was the Daily Telegraph, and she was asking them, what is it about this case that just really got you into it? And I was explaining to her, I don't like when defenseless people get bullied, because there's something about watching people that are defenseless just being abused that just lights a fire in my belly. It's like, pick on someone your own size. Ryan Reynolds, pick on me. I got it. Like I've got fight in me. And when I decide to pick up these battles, I have to see them through the end. It becomes obsessive for me because I just, especially when it's a man using the Me Too movement to get what he wants. Like Ryan Reynolds an insecure little baby. I cannot tolerate that. That drives me absolutely insane.
Utilizing her podcast, having been closely monitoring the case, Candace was able to obtain additional insider information from her broad industry connections within hours of Baldoni publishing his proof online. Candace followed Ryan and Blake, claiming that they had forced Justin to cede control to Blake, but not just producing the film, but also attempting to destroy his career. Candace Owens revealed after the Blake Lively incident on set that Ryan Reynolds was actively attempting to have Justin Baldwin blacklisted and fired by his agency by talking to powerful Hollywood figures.
Reynolds approached a senior executive at WME and expressed his deep disdain for Baldoni, going as far as to suggest that the agency is working with a sexual predator. Okay? Ryan, personally, and you can take this to the bank, I'm telling you right now, this is a fact, this has been confirmed to me. He tried to get Justin Baldoni dropped from WME multiple times before they did, okay? So all of those articles that came out when Justin got dropped and they were denying that Ryan Reynolds had anything to do with it, those were PR teams that were working overtime behind the scenes, likely their PR team. Leslie Sloan, it's not true, no, that is a fact. Like I said, I'm getting leaks right now that someone inside of WME confirmed that Ryan Reynolds was going around trying to get him dropped, okay? And he didn't get it, they didn't do it.
Candace further claimed that Ryan Reynolds had planned the whole story by having Blake Lively and Ryan Leslie oversee the movie's development. When Wayfair Studios approached Blake Lively to play the lead cast member Lily Bloom, Ryan took it upon himself to use Blake Lively to get revenge on Justin Baldoni and his Wayfair Studios for letting his ex-wife Scarlett Johansson direct her theatrical debut, she revealed. Reprisal directed at the firm thanks to someone's advice to film everything, Justin will be able to use audio and video evidence to disprove several of Blake Lively's claims in her lawsuit. As a sign of his admiration for Ryan Reynolds and his readiness to work with Blake Lively to keep the movie on track, Justin Baldwin allowed Reynolds access to the set.
They were being crazy. Early on in 2023, somebody, and I don't know who the person was, okay? Somebody advised everyone to record everything. Somebody had a gut instinct and said, we need to record everything because they were already being accused of things that weren't true, right? Ryan and Blake are insane. They're saying things that didn't happen. She's saying, like, he said sexy on set. He's like, I said sexy on set because you said sexy on set, and this is how you discussed wardrobe with me, so I thought it was okay. And, like, they already can see which way the wind is blowing, okay? So I don't know who gave this advice. I mean, they said record everything. So this is the reason why she didn't think the scene was recording, or she didn't think that it was on, like they were catching the audio, and they have.
Just in case anyone is wondering why Justin Baldwin didn't just drop Blake Lively's dishonesty, it can be explained by the film's apparent $25 million budget, which Baldoni personally provided. Blake Lively accepted the $3 million salary with a predetermined strategy, according to insiders, so that Justin Baldwin would believe she joined the film because she liked the script. Although this is a little amount for an actress of her ability, it is far more than the $320,000 Baldoni received for her acting career. Nevertheless, she used this power to threaten to quit if she didn't get her way, and more than half of the production money was squandered. It becomes worse when you learn that Blake Lively apparently convinced other stars to join her in threatening to boycott the movie's promotion if Justin Baldwin was there. The film was redirected by Blake, who also involved Ryan Reynolds in the post-production and production stages. Her efforts to remove his contributions and works also included having his picture taken from the movie's cover image.
This is really Justin's fault. I think you man up and accept, the public, you're noticing some things, but you're wrong, public. Basically, the command was gaslight the public while behind the scenes, we act awful. That was
Candace Owens' disclosure that Ryan Reynolds had attacked Justin Baldoni using Blake Lively sparked emotional responses from fans. I don't understand how you can treat someone so cruelly, hijack their movie, turn the cast against them all the time, lie and threaten them, banish them to the basement, accuse them of shooing them, and have the audacity to try to gag or, they said, Justin is worthy of the $400 million and an apology. Can't we all just think for a second that he had proof all along and that he was a cool-headed man who let them walk right into a web of falsehoods they made up? He is such a zen man. This represents the next stage. Even though I always didn't like Ryan Reynolds, I made a concerted effort to like him because it felt like everyone was crazy about him. I need to quit doubting it because I have read some positive things about PPO. What do you believe happened this time? Did Candace make a mistake, or did Ryan Reynolds really have Justin Baldoni drop by his agency and try to get him blacklisted? Please watch this next video and let me know in the comments section.